Okay, hi everybody. Guess what? The other guest on Regis and Kelly is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Joe Torre. Hi, Joe. Can you say hi to all these YouTube viewers?
Hi, YouTube viewers.
Maybe all three of them.
And, I don't believe it. Katie, you should be in front of this thing instead of behind it.
All right, here, Lauren will take it. So I'll do a quick interview with you, Joe. So what about this book? You're getting a lot of flack from some people about some of the things that you said, particularly about A-Rod. We've talked about him before.
Yes, we have. And, you know, A-Rod.
Have you heard from A-Rod?
I have not heard from A-Rod. He's a lightning rod. You know
Yeah,
that? I mean,
yeah.
it's lightning rod. But, you know, I don't think anything is in that book, Katie, that hasn't been talked about at one time or another publicly.
Yeah.
You know,
But you all kind of seem to make... Hi, Gelman. How are you? Nice to see you. That's Gelman.
That's Gelman.
You
Just
know?
walked by.
I don't want to
Say
interrupt
hello
your
over
interview.
here.
Hello.
Yeah, that's okay. But you know, you sort of kind of made amends. I know that there was some friction between the two of you in the early part of his career with the Yankees, but towards the end, didn't you seem to come together, or was that just...
No, we've always been together as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, there was a little bit of a flack a couple of years ago when I batted him eighth in the playoff game, but Alex has always been, you know, we've always had a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, it's been. I thought early on he had a tough time adjusting to New York.
Yeah.
Which you know, a lot of people do.
Yeah,
But,
well, it's the white hot spotlight, and you know, it is hard, I think, for someone in his position. And I always got the sense, Joe, I don't know if you did, that he didn't totally feel comfortable, in, you know, in his own skin. That he was kind of searching for who he is in a way, don't you think?
Well, the thing is, you know, baseball's his whole life, and I think that's where he's most comfortable, between the lines. And coming over here with our situation, where we had been in 6 World Series before he got here.
Right.
And then to come over and try to be that person, you know, I think he made it very difficult on himself.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you like living in L.A. and your new team? We miss you in New York.
Well, I love New York. I miss New York. My daughter, even though she's making a nice adjustment at school, she still insists that any time off she's going back to New York
Really?
to see all her friends.
Is it weird, though? Have you ever lived in L.A. before?
I have not. I have not lived in L.A.
Was it a bit of a culture shock? Because it's such a driving place, first of all.
It's still a culture shock.
Yeah.
But I'm fortunate because when I drive to work, and I'm usually off hours all the time, so
Yeah.
it's not a real big deal. And if it's a bad game, it doesn't bother me. It takes me an hour to get home. So.
Lots of plastic surgery out there?
There are a lot of people that look alike out there.
Sort of Barbie dolls?
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities.
Anyway, so this is so great. So Joe and I are both going to be on the show this morning, and
And we're both going to be at the Safe at Home dinner.
Yeah. By the way, I just
November.
want to mention that Joe and his lovely wife, November 13th, they have a dinner for an organization called Safe at Home with you and your wife established,
Right.
and it's to deal with domestic violence.
Domestic violence geared toward children, to educate them, to enabling them to help deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it, because I grew up in that type of household.
Right, and you've raised how much money, Joe, through the
Well,
years?
you know, we've raised a lot of money at these dinners that we've cleared like $2 million, but
Which is amazing.
everything goes toward our safe rooms that go in school. So we don't have.
So they're in schools for kids to go and talk?
Exactly. We have a master's level counselor. And at least the kids can understand they're not alone, and that they can talk about it, and help them deal with it at home. Right?
Yeah, well, it's a great organization. I really
We're
admire
proud
all
of
the
it.
work you've done with that. All right, so that's it. Katie Couric, Joe Torre.
Great. She's really great.